Have you ever spent months or even years studying English vocabulary and grammar rules, but the moment you try to speak to a native speaker, your mind suddenly goes completely blank?
Oh, Steve, please don't remind me. That used to happen to me every single day. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Fatih, joining you all the way from Morocco, and today I'm here with my wonderful friend and English expert, Steve, all the way from the UK.
Hello, Fatty. Hello, everyone watching at home. It's absolute quality to be back with you today. Today, we are talking about something huge. We are exposing 5 sneaky mistakes that are secretly ruining your English progress without you even realizing it.
Exactly. And when we say mistakes, we don't just mean getting your grammar wrong or making a silly pronunciation error. We mean mindset mistakes and habit mistakes that actually block your brain from learning naturally.
Spot on, Fatih. Spot on, by the way, for our beginner viewers, just means completely correct or exactly right. And that brings us to why these mistakes are so dangerous. They make you feel like you aren't smart enough, when in reality, you are just using the wrong strategies.
Yes, I remember when I started my learning journey, I felt like English was this massive, scary mountain I could never climb. But once Steve helped me identify these 5 secret mistakes, my confidence totally transformed.
So, grab a warm drink, sit back, relax, and let's dive into mistake number 1. Make sure you stick around until the end, because mistake number 5 is probably the biggest reason why learners stay stuck forever.
Okay, let's kick things off with mistake number 1. Translating every single word from your native language into English in your head before speaking. Steve, I used to do this constantly in Arabic and French.
It is the single most common habit for beginners, Fatih, but it acts like a speed bump in your brain. A speed bump is that small raised bump on the road that forces cars to slow down. When you translate word for word, your brain has to work 3 times as hard. First, you think of the thought in your native language. Second, you search for each English translation. Third, you try to arrange the words using English grammar. By the time you're ready to speak, the conversation has moved on.
It makes you feel so slow and exhausted. I remember once I wanted to say I missed the bus in English. In Darija, my Moroccan Arabic dialect, we say something that translates roughly to, the bus went and left me. So I literally said to Steve, the bus left me behind and ran away. He looked so confused.
I thought the bus had gained consciousness and physically escaped from you. But that's a perfect example, Fatih. Languages don't map onto each other directly. English has its own fixed expressions, idioms, and natural rhythm. When you try to translate literally, you end up with awkward sentences that don't sound natural to native speakers.
So, Steve, what is the practical solution for our viewers who are stuck in this translation trap? How do we stop doing it?
The solution is to build direct associations between English words and actual objects or concepts, instead of connecting English words to your native language words. Start small with an exercise I call labeling your world. Look around your room right now. Don't look at your desk and think the Arabic or French word first. Look at it and immediately think the word desk.
Oh, I love that. So instead of thinking, what is the English word for kitab, I just look at the physical wood and think, book.
Exactly right. Another amazing trick is to learn phrases instead of isolated single words. Instead of learning just the word decision, learn the phrase make a decision. When you memorize chunks of language together, your brain doesn't need to translate 3 separate words. It just pulls up one complete building block automatically.
That brings us smoothly into mistake number 2. Being completely obsessed with perfect grammar. Oh man, this one used to give me so much anxiety.
Ah, the grammar trap. This is where learners become so terrified of making a mistake with tenses, prepositions, or articles that they completely freeze up and say nothing at all.
Yes. I used to sit in class or in social groups, and in my mind, I had a great idea to share. But then my internal grammar police started screaming, wait, should I use the present perfect or the past simple here? Is it in Monday or on Monday? And while I was calculating the grammar rules, someone else took the floor, and I stayed completely silent.
That makes me so sad to hear, Fatty, because here is a big secret for all our viewers. Native English speakers make grammar mistakes all the time. We use double negatives, we mix up tenses when talking quickly, and we certainly don't sit there analysing prepositions while having a friendly chat at a coffee shop.
Really? You native speakers don't think about grammar while talking?
Not even for a millisecond. Communication is about connection, not perfection. If you walk up to me in London and say, "Yesterday I go to market and buy banana," do I understand you?
Yes, of course you do. I went to the market yesterday and bought bananas.
Exactly. The goal of language is to deliver a message from your brain to another person's brain. Did the message arrive? Yes. Was the grammar perfect? No, but who cares? You got your fruit and I understood your day. When you prioritize perfection over connection, you destroy your own fluency.
Wow, connection over perfection. I really want everyone watching to write that down in their notebooks right now. Connection over perfection. So, what is the solution here, Steve? How do we break free from this grammar fear?
The solution is to switch from passive grammar studying to active fluency practicing. Give yourself permission to speak messy English. Treat fluency like playing a sport or an instrument. A basketball player doesn't sit down and read a textbook about how to bounce a ball for 5 years before touching one. They just grab the ball and start shooting hoops.
That's such a great image. Shoot your English hoops, guys. Even if you miss the basket, keep throwing the ball. Now, let's move to mistake number 3. Consuming English content that is way too advanced for your current level.
Oh, this is a massive hidden problem. Many ambitious learners tell themselves, if I want to be advanced, I must watch complex BBC News documentaries, read Shakespeare, or listen to fast-paced business podcasts right now.
I am totally guilty of this, Steve. When I first decided to improve my listening skills, I tried watching fast action movies in English with no subtitles. Within 5 minutes, I felt so overwhelmed and confused that I closed my laptop and felt like I was terrible at English.
It breaks my heart when students do that because it completely crushes your motivation. In linguistics, which is the scientific study of language, there is a famous concept called comprehensible input. Comprehensible simply means something that you are able to understand.
Comprehensible input means listening to or reading material where you understand most of it, but not 100% of it.
Spot on, Fatty. The ideal target is around 70% to 80% understanding. If you understand 80% of what you are hearing, your brain is relaxed enough to follow the story, but engaged enough to naturally figure out the remaining 20% of new words using context clues. Context clues are the surrounding words and situations that help you guess the meaning of a new word.
That makes so much sense. If you listen to something where you only understand 10%, your brain just panics and turns off completely. It sounds like static noise on an old television set.
Precisely. If you are a beginner or lower intermediate learner, forcing yourself to watch complex medical dramas or political debates in fast English is actually counterproductive. Counterproductive means having the opposite result of what you actually want to achieve.
That is such a helpful word, Steve. Counterproductive. So, what should our viewers watch or listen to instead? What's the solution?
Step down the difficulty to level up your actual progress. Watch children's animated movies. Listen to English podcasts designed specifically for English learners, like this one. Or watch YouTube vloggers who speak clearly about everyday topics. You can also turn on English subtitles. Subtitles are not cheating. They are a fantastic learning bridge that connects your reading skills to your listening skills.
Yes, I started watching animated films like Finding Nemo and Toy Story with English subtitles, and my listening comprehension skyrocketed. It was fun, easy to follow, and built my confidence step by step. Mistake number 4 is something almost everyone watching has probably done at least once: relying entirely on passive learning instead of active output.
This is a classic trap in the modern digital age. People log on to language apps, complete quick multiple-choice quizzes, tap on correct words on a screen, listen to English songs in the background while doing housework, and think, "Great, I studied English for 2 hours today."
But listening and tapping on a smartphone screen isn't the same as actually speaking, right?
Not at all. Tapping a button on an app is a passive recognition skill. It's like watching someone on YouTube build a beautiful wooden table. You can watch 500 hours of woodworking videos, but if I hand you a saw, a piece of wood, and some nails, can you build that table right away?
Absolutely not. I'd probably hit my thumb with the hammer.
Exactly. Watching someone else do it creates an illusion of competence. Illusion of competence means you falsely believe you have mastered a skill just because you recognize it when you see it. Your brain recognizes the English words when you read them, so you think you know them. But recognition is not activation.
That hit home so hard. I used to read English books and understand every word on the page, but when I tried to use those exact same words in a conversation, my brain couldn't find them. They were stored in my passive memory, not my active memory.
Precisely. So how do we move words from passive memory into active memory? We need active output. Output means producing the language yourself through speaking or writing.
And Steve, a lot of our viewers might be thinking right now, Fatih, Steve, that sounds great, but I live in a country where nobody speaks English. Who am I supposed to practice speaking with?
That is the most common excuse. But guess what? You don't need a native speaker standing in front of you to practice active output. You can speak to yourself.
Yes, talk to yourself in the shower, narrate your day while cooking, or talk to your pet. I used to talk to my cat in English every single evening. I would say, "Look, cat, now I am cutting tomatoes to make a traditional Moroccan tagine." The cat didn't care about my grammar, but my mouth muscles were getting a workout.
That is brilliant. Narrating your daily actions out loud trains your brain to retrieve English words quickly without any pressure. You can also keep a daily journal where you write 3 or 4 sentences every night about your day. That forces your brain to generate original English sentences from scratch.
We have arrived at mistake number 5, and as Steve mentioned at the start of the episode, this is the absolute biggest monster of them all: the fear of looking foolish or making mistakes in front of others.
This single mistake has destroyed more language dreams than bad grammar books ever could. Fear of judgment is a giant barrier. Learners think, if I make a mistake, people will think I am uneducated, stupid, or funny.
I can relate to this on such a deep level, Steve. In my culture and in many cultures around the world, we are taught in school that making mistakes on an exam means failure. Red ink on your paper means you did bad. So when we try to speak English, we bring that same deep fear of failure into real conversations.
But in real life, mistakes are not failures. They are the literal building blocks of learning. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby stands up, wobbles, falls down, hits the carpet, and gets back up. Does the mother look at the baby and say, "Oh wow, what an embarrassing failure. You shouldn't try walking ever again"?
Of course not. The parents clap and encourage the baby to keep going.
Exactly. Language learning is identical to that. Every single mistake you make is proof that you are actively trying and pushing your boundaries. When you make a mistake and get corrected, your brain forms a stronger neural pathway, so you remember the correct form next time.
And honestly, as a non-native speaker, let me share a secret with all of you watching. Native speakers are actually super friendly and patient when you try to speak their language. Steve, when I made silly mistakes when we first met, did you judge me?
Not for a single second. In fact, I was incredibly impressed that you knew Arabic, French, and were communicating with me in English. Most native English speakers only speak one language. When we see someone trying to communicate in our language, we don't focus on your mistakes. We respect your effort.
That changed my whole perspective. So what is the ultimate mind shift solution for mistake number 5, Steve?
The solution is to redefine what success means. Success is not speaking flawless, perfect English. Success is simply having the courage to open your mouth, say what you want to say, and stay in the conversation, despite feeling nervous. Wear your accent and your mistakes like a badge of honor. They are proof that you are brave enough to learn a whole new way of expressing yourself.
What an incredible conversation, Steve. Let's do a quick recap of the 5 secret mistakes and our solutions for all our wonderful viewers watching today.
Let's do it. Mistake 1. Translating word for word in your head. Solution: label your physical world in English and learn entire phrases instead of single words. Mistake 2. Obsessing over perfect grammar. Solution: focus on connection over perfection and give yourself permission to speak messy English. Mistake 3. Consuming content that is way too advanced. Solution: use comprehensible input. Watch videos, cartoons, and podcasts where you understand about 80% of the content.
Mistake 4. Passive learning through apps without active practice. Solution: start narrating your everyday life out loud to yourself and keep a daily English journal. Mistake 5. Letting the fear of looking foolish keep you silent. Solution: remember that mistakes are proof of progress and native speakers respect your effort.
You have everything you need inside you right now to become a confident English speaker. Progress takes time, so be kind to yourself on this journey.
We want to hear from you now. Drop a comment right below this video and tell us, which of these 5 mistakes are you currently making? And which solution are you going to try today?
Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with a friend who is also learning English.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today, everyone. Keep practicing, stay positive, and we will see you in the very next episode. Bye-bye.